Grigori Yefimovich Rasputin, commonly known as Rasputin, was a trusted friend to the family of Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia. Accounts about Rasputin are often based on dubious memoirs, hearsay, and legend. So what do we actually know for sure? Well, we know that Rasputin was a Russian peasant who later claimed to be a mystical faith healer. And he became an influential figure when Nicholas II left St. Petersburg, the then capital of Russia, to take command of the army at the front line during the First World War. However, he came from humble origins. Grigori Rasputin was born in 1869 and was the son of a well-to-do peasant. Rasputin's claimed vision of a holy figure within the Russian Orthodox Church that represents the Virgin Mary turned him towards the life of a religious mystic. Rasputin knew his scriptures, and his interpretations were so keen and so original that highly educated people, even learned churchmen, liked to listen to them. Around this time, the upper class of St. Petersburg had been widely influenced by mysticism. Imperial Russia was going through a religious renaissance, and there was a lot of interest in unconventional spiritual movements. So how did Rasputin become so close to the Russian royal family? Well, Tsar Nicholas II's son, Alexei, was suffering from haemophilia, a condition which prevented his blood from clotting. Rasputin treated Alexei, and his condition appeared to improve. As a result, the imperial family came to trust Rasputin, and he became increasingly close to them, particularly the Tsar's wife, Tsarina Alexandra. During this time, the imperial couple were becoming increasingly unpopular in Russia. Rasputin's presence contributed to this. Many believe Rasputin to be a charlatan with no healing powers, and some resented his closeness to the imperial family. There were also rumors that Rasputin and the Tsarina were lovers. However, the Tsar and Tsarina refused to hear any criticism of him. This was probably because they believed that he was the only person who could heal their son. Rasputin was the victim of multiple assassination attempts as a result of his unpopularity. So how did Rasputin eventually meet his end? Well, he was murdered by members of the Russian elite. The facts of Rasputin's death are difficult to come by, as a proper investigation was not undertaken following his death, and much of the information about his death was destroyed before the Soviets came to power. So who murdered Rasputin? The story goes like this. Felix Yusupov was married to Irina, the Tsar's niece. Yusupov, who had visited Rasputin in the past few months for treatment, invited him to the Yusupov palace to meet Irina. He offered tea to Rasputin and sweets laced with a large amount of cyanide. However, this didn't work. Rasputin was fairly drunk by this time, and Yusupov chose to shoot him. However, this did not kill Rasputin either, and he tried to escape. Rasputin was then shot a further 4 times by another plotter called Vladimir Purishkevich, which killed Rasputin. Rasputin's body was then dumped into a river afterwards and was discovered a few days later. So that's the tale of Rasputin in a nutshell. We hope you found this interesting, and if you would like more answers to random questions, please subscribe.